carrying on from the discussion we had a little while back, as I said, you know, we'd pick back up on this one. What would you do if you actually found a death note? Would you use it? Would you try it? Would you destroy it, hide it, give it to the government? What would you do if you found a death note? So just imagine you're like, is it light or whatever? You know, you're sitting there and then suddenly this book just falls out of the sky. You go, you pick it up, you don't think much of it at the time, but then you discover or whatever that it is a death note and, you know, it can fucking kill people. What would you do?
It all depends on how much you know, because if you know any of the rules of the death note...
Well, you're not going to know a lot. You'd have to presume at first you don't really think much of it. You think it's a bit silly. But then presumably a Shinigami or something would have to come along, or another person who knows about the Shinigami, and would have to tell you, you know, some of the rules and stuff of it. So basically,
there are rules for the Shinigami as well as the human, and
they don't always obey those rules, though, do
they? There's punishments for them if they don't. If you pick up a death note, even if it wasn't intended for you, it is the God of Death's duty to try to encourage you to use it.
All right.
And they are not obliged to tell you everything.
No.
Unless you ask outright.
Even if you do, they don't tell you.
They could totally mislead you.
Because I'm pretty sure there's been points where, you know, I've seen, I can't remember, what's the main Shinigami called?
Ryuk.
Yeah, I've seen times...
Keep in mind I'm not very up to scratch with Death Note, so...
I'm pretty time I've seen...
Give her a little overview.
I know what a death note is. I know if you write the name and in the cause of the death and stuff, then they die and stuff. But like, apart from that, I'm pretty in the dark.
Well, I've not watched all of them. Shinigami, they're like, what are they like?
They live in another plane, and they are.
It's like purgatory.
Gods of death. That's
what
Shinigami translates to.
Yeah, they live in like purgatory.
And I think the main point of it all that you get is that it's very dull there, and they do it for entertainment, a lot of them.
Okay.
To cause absolute trouble and chaos. Ryuk even says that he does it because he was bored.
Yeah. Don't they like gamble with their years or their soul or souls or something, don't they?
They use the death notes. Anyone they write down in the death note, they extend their own life by doing so.
Yeah.
So, but there are rules, and it's never touched upon truly. But there is there's a governing power there that you never find out too much about it, because if they don't do things by the rules, there are punishments for them.
Yeah, but they often disobey them. I think it's whether they get caught, isn't it? Or well,
isn't that a bit shit though? Like they're trying to do all this Death Note shit to like get extra years of their life, but yet their life's shit and mundane. Like.
It's a fair point.
I think I don't know whether because I've not watched like all of them. I've not got that like a huge way through it or whatever. I'm still working on it. Probably I don't even know if I'm halfway through or whatever, like all the episodes. But yeah, from what I gathered from it is that when you use a death note or something, my theory is anyway, is that basically once you use one, you become a Shinigami and you don't know it. So like when you die, because when you kill someone with a death note, you don't go to hell or heaven, and well, where's the other place to that? It's obviously like a purgatory, and they're in like a purgatory.
It actually says that you go to nothingness.
But isn't that where they are? There's nothing really there.
It's a fair point.
So my thought is that when you use it, you'll become a Shinigami, and then you're essentially, you'll get your own death note, and then you're, gambling with whatever to carry on existing or whatever.
God, they can have more than one as well. I think it's like when you're at school, and you have to prove that your old pen's actually run out, and then you can have another one.
Yeah, because he's already lost one, hasn't he, Ryuk?
Even if they let one go on Earth, they have to have one at all times. So it is possible for them to have multiples.
Yeah.
So
obviously, if you
Fuck
knew,
that.
but you wouldn't know about this. Like Ryuk doesn't tell Light until he's already killed someone, or after he's already killed people. So it's like
it's their duty to
encourage you or whatever.
So how would you come about? Would you like say you found this fucking Death Note then? Yeah. Would you come across the knowledge of the powers of it or shit?
You get
or like how would you know? How would you find something if you don't know anything about it? How would you find it?
It tells you the basic.
Oh, this is worth giving.
It tells you some rules.
It tells you the basic rules in like the contents.
The one that Light finds does have some of the rules. They're not all in the front cover of it.
It's just like the basic. There's like fine print and sub rules that aren't there.
Like that's fucking terrible though, because you'd be like, nah, that's bullshit, and then you'd be like, yeah, but is it?
But you'd be
Shall
like,
I give
well,
it a go.
I've got to try it.
Yeah, and then you're destined to like boring shit.
I think if you accidentally did it, I don't know that you would, but I think you should get like a mulligan if you did it.
You
by
know
accident.
how as you watch through the episodes, Nathan, and more rules come up.
Yeah.
There's some really good ones, really good obscure ones, like later on in it. For example, Vanessa, how you were saying that it's a truly shit existence. There's one rule that says Shinigami cannot have sex with humans or even each other. There's no sex, Shinigami.
So what about with yourself?
For all eternity.
What about a little self-love?
It doesn't mention that. That might be allowed.
Nathan's got that one in hand, he'd be fine.
Well, they can all sit around and have like
a
wank circle or something. So.
And also...
that's arousing to you? Hey guys,
hey, well, if that's all you've got, you got to make the most of it.
You do it on your fucking own. Why do you want to sit and watch other people wank? You freak.
I think your modest is going to go if you've lived X amount of years and there's not a whole lot going on. You'll do whatever you can.
You're kind of worrying me now. Yeah, but like, I don't care how bored I am. Like, I'm not gonna find like 5 fucking Shinigamis or whatever they're called having a wank erotic. Maybe
if you've been sitting around in purgatory for 1,000 years, I'm sure you'd change your mind.
It's not. There's not much there, is there, even to look at?
Wait, do they come in like female and male like forms?
I don't really know. I think they're like asexual, aren't they?
Rem's female. Have you got that far to Misa?
No, I don't think so.
What? So they're like the angels out of Dogma? They've just got nothing.
No, they can be male or female.
Okay.
Yeah, but they're kind of androgynous in a way.
They can look like a pizza or something, but they can have a set. They can have a gender.
They look like a pizza.
Some of them look ridiculous.
Some
of them look humanoid. Some of them look like molten lava. I don't know.
Yeah, some of them just look like bones and stuff, don't they? It's like...
Fair enough. So... Okay.
You'd have a right boner on him, that one. See what I did there. But anyway, you don't know all these rules straight off the bat, so you're just gonna mess about with it and not think much of it. But let's presume you don't know about all these bad things that are probably gonna happen to you if you use it. Or would you use it? I'll give you a little scenario. Let's say you've been through all your preamble, you figured it out. It is a legit thing, yeah. Let's say there was a terrorist attack happening. ISIS, for example, was holding some people hostage. You see it on the TV, and you didn't know any about all that malarkey. Would you use it to kill, the terrorists or whatever?
What, like how like?
It's on the news and they're saying their name.
This is essentially what happens to Light. Yeah, he's like a college kid. Is he a law student? Maybe. And
no, he's still in school.
Okay, and basically he starts out with like a noble idea to get rid of terrible people, and
then he goes fucking mad, like
it
real quick.
It corrupts him quite quickly.
Yeah.
And it just shows how noble ideas go to bollocks.
Well, I think he was already a bit of a nut job, and like he's clearly a sociopath because he went from like noble to nut job at like from 0 to 100. You know what I mean? Like
that's real fucking difficult. Like because now you.
So
it's well difficult. Like so, like do you live like your whole life and then you die? You go into thingy.
Yeah, but you're not going to know about any.
That's
of this.
unproven. All that it says
No.
is that they cannot
I don't
go
know.
to heaven
I've
or
not-
hell.
Like I said, I can't watch them. I haven't watched them, so I don't know anyway. And if it
It's
never
never
gets
All right, no.
spoke of,
Okay, no, yeah, it's a good point. We've got to keep
They
a fresh mind, haven't we? Because it's like we don't know this.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
it just says you can't
just
go
my
to heaven
theory.
or hell. You go into nothingness. But their plane of existence is kind of like that. So it's
Yeah.
hard to say. Hard to say.
Sort of like hints towards it, but doesn't say one way or the other.
I
But
think,
you wouldn't know any of that anyway.
God, that is
So without
really
knowing
difficult. Like that is so tempting, but it's tempting as it is. I've always got like a bit of a thought of, you know, there's a balance to life and stuff, and like taking a life that maybe it's not ready to go yet, regardless of whether they're good or bad. They might have, you know, have to do something that has a knock-on effect for a good person or something. Do you know what I mean?
The problem is it's like being judge, jury, and executioner. It's kind of like a Judge Dredd thing. It's like you're instantly judging everybody, you know, like straight away, and it's like, are you equipped enough to do that? I mean, fair enough. In the case of maybe like a terrorist, it's like maybe maybe in that sort of pinch
situation. A jury gets
situation.
as much information as is available, and they can look at it from every angle.
And a case can take months.
You see possibly what the media shows you.
Yeah. You don't have all the facts.
What little
so,
you know.
You know. What if someone's like wrongly accused of something, you know, and you kill them? Like Light starts killing people off that, you know, aren't like he kills at one point, spoilers, not really big spoilers, but he kills like an FBI agent. It's like, well, you know, he's clearly not a bad dude, is he? So, but
That's right. What would you do? Like, that's fucking tough, man.
I don't know. It's super difficult. I don't know whether
The
I'd
question is this.
jump to that shit.
The thing is, if it was people you didn't know, you probably wouldn't do anything. If it was personal, yes, you would.
Oh,
yeah, I'm not
probably
even
would.
joking. Yeah, that is like, I've just been sat there thinking, like, how fucking like, because no one would catch her. Like, if you just wanted to pop that fucking one
What
person
if someone
off,
in your
really
family
don't
is
like.
in a bank, and then they're, like you say, a hostage situation, but actually one of your friends or family is in there?
Yeah.
That would change your mind, and that's
It
the
would be
trouble.
super tempting. But I think the bigger question is you have to decide whether you're going to use it, period. Whether it, like, and then at that point is like, well, if you're not going to use it, what do you do with it? And if you're going to use it, you've already decided to use it, and then you have to decide how far you're going to go.
Can you destroy them?
You can, once you touch it,
think you can.
whenever you touch one, you can see the Shinigami that's linked to it. So only one is linked to each Death Note. If you don't write a name in it, you're the owner, but you've not used it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So technically,
So if you've not killed anyone,
you should be okay if you've not killed.
But that means
can
you've
you
got
use
keep
it to
that on
like?
you.
Can you use it to like harm someone and not kill them?
No.
I don't know if this is a touchdown. No.
You can give someone a long disease. You could give someone cancer that takes them 15 years to die, as long as you specify it.
Yeah, but they have to die at the end of it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But like
Right,
that means
so-
that throughout your life you have got this fucking death note. If you want to do the righteous thing by not killing anyone, keeping it to yourself so that you know it can't fall into the wrong hands and stuff, you have got this fucking book in front of you. Say, you know, I'm like 25, till I die at like 75, 80, all this time and all these bastards that are going to come along in your life. Oh my god, the temptation will drive you crazy inside
You
like,
can't just-
alone.
Yeah, but you can't just kill off someone because I don't know, your neighbour annoys you or someone parks in your space or whatever.
Oh, come
That's
on.
where you go down that crazy road, you know. You
Of
become like
course, but like there'd always be like if someone had like I don't know argued with you or like fucking burgled you, like mugged you, and you found out who they were. Do you know what I mean? Like that's the first place you're gonna go. And I'm not gonna lie, even if someone pissed me off and did nick my parking space, that that little inkling would still be there. Like could just fucking knock them off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It would be there. Don't tell me
because
it
it's an
wouldn't.
option. It's an option, and it's completely free of any justice.
Here's the
It's not
problem,
right,
though. You're
right,
nowhere
but-
near.
In this
You're
life,
nowhere
at
near
least.
as smart as
exactly.
Light. You'd get like caught out pretty fast.
How many times has someone pissed
I
you off
don't
and just
think
been,
you
oh,
would.
could
There's
just
not a
fucking like bury
chance.
him?
How could you get caught? How could you
Yeah,
get caught?
L.
What
Someone
no
like
one
L
would believe
existed.
it. No one would believe it.
Exactly. What are the police going to do? Charge me for fucking writing a name and a death in a book and it happening? There's no proof that that's
to be fair, Light is like a typical serial killer. He starts off with it being vague, and then he basically makes it obvious that something supernatural is happening. He shows off. He wants to be found out for people to say how clever he is, like a lot of serial killers
They're two sides of the same coin. They're not that infinitely different.
He stops acting smart. He makes like loads of random criminals just have heart attacks. That's when you start getting suspicious.
Oh yeah. Maybe you could get away with the odd death here and now, but it sounds like Vanessa started to go off the deep end.
Yeah,
you looked at me funny. Yeah. Look, oi, you're wearing the same top as me. Die.
No, I never said that I'd act upon it. But like, how many times have you gone like, I don't know, someone's pissed you off or like whatever, and you've gone.
Yeah, they'd have to seriously wrong me for me to want to just kill them.
I know, but how many times have you thought, oh, I could just fucking, I don't know, twat them with a saucepan. Oh, I could just like fucking kill them and bury them here, there, or there. Do you know what I mean? It's just that kind of. It's just our personality and our personality. It's our you know. Our mind thought is the comical side to it, and you go, oh, actually, yeah, I could do that. I could physically. That is a possibility. That is an option. But then you'd have to
I could do that right now. I could just kill someone that annoyed me, but it'd be more difficult to get away with it. I think that's the only difference.
That's even more towards the temptation. Like I think loads about people who are just like, how would you get away with it? Like, you know, these conversations. Come on,
it'd be difficult, but they're not the sort. That's not the sort of thing you should say on a public forum.
Yeah, I think I better stop while I'm ahead, in case I come across a death note. You'll all know it's me.
There's some really like interesting obscure rules as well. There's one that says you can't kill anybody over the age of 124 years. And you can't kill anybody that is under 780 days old. Which sounds really stupid to me, which means that's about 2 years old, right? So you can't kill a 2-year-old, but a 3-year-old is fair game.
Yeah.
Seriously.
What? Maybe it has to do with their soul or whatever. Maybe when they're too young, the soul's not mature enough, and when they're old, it's not worth much. So maybe it's more like an economy thing as opposed to a moral thing.
It's a clever comment.
But it's quite disturbing that you could kill a little toddler.
Oh no, that's horrible.
That is quite messed up.
Actually, it's quite disturbing that you could just randomly kill anyone. But what a weird rule to put in.
Does it work on animals?
Animals don't have names.
So. Yes, they do.
Even if you name an animal, that's not its name, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, Bingo the dog. No, Vanessa, it won't work. You're sounding worse and worse. In fact, I think you should just stay silent for the rest of the time.
No, I'm just animals. All the traits of a psycho.
Oh my lord!
Killing off little animals first off.
You got to start.
I just meant you open the door, like you know. No, God, I'm choosing the wrong word. You said about like kids and stuff, and I just, you know, I never would have thought about, you know, kids, so I was just curious. It was just a curious thought, you know, no malice.
What would you do though? I think there's two choices you've got. You've got the choice of use it, and if so, would you just use it like to kill off bad people, or would you, like Vanessa, kill someone because they annoyed you?
And small puppies.
Hey.
And you know, animals and whatnot.
Don't like cats.
But if you didn't,
it can be destroyed.
What would you do? Would you burn it? Would you sell it?
Yeah.
Would you tell a friend about it?
Yeah, definitely.
And try and share the responsibility, or would you give it to like a government body?
There's a benefit to owning one. I would not give it to a government.
No,
that's the most terrible thing ever.
They're fucking.
I think they'd probably kill you anyway because, like, you know too much.
They probably already know about it.
Yeah, you'd be the first name in it.
Yeah, probably.
If you, I forgot what I was going to say.
I don't know if I'd be comfortable telling anyone about it though.
Oh yeah,
there's real bad feedback.
Yeah, there's a benefit to owning one. If you own a death note, another Shinigami can't kill you.
Why would a Shinigami want to kill me?
Yeah.
Because they come down to
In a
Earth
Death
and kill
Note?
people anyway. Yeah, you can't.
Do they?
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's how they extend their life.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, but a human has to write their name. They can't just suddenly decide to kill someone, can they?
Yes.
Or what? So Ryuk can just go down like the look at you and just kill me.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought the only way they could kill someone was if it was written in a Death Note.
Oh no, yeah, they can kill you with their Death Note. They all own one, even if they drop one. They have to have
so
one.
they could the Shinigami write a name in their own Death Note and kill someone?
Yes.
Right. Okay. It's
But
unlikely
actually,
that they'd probably want to
if
do
you
that.
own
though,
one,
wouldn't
you're
they?
immune, and only your own Shinigami can kill you.
Yeah, but a human could, even if I owned a Death Note, a human could write my name in another Death Note and kill me. Yeah.
No, because it wouldn't be their Death Note.
I don't know, actually.
If a human wrote in someone else's Death Note, then it wouldn't be their Death Note. Wait.
There's loads of freaky things about it. You can even pull out a page of it and give it to someone else.
Yeah.
What, for them to use?
You could
Well, that's
rip
what I'm saying.
off a
You
little
could
tiny
sell
scrap
it.
of it, and if you wrote a name on it, it would work.
You could sell like each one for like £1 million
You could
or
just
something.
sell pages.
Million. Bazillion.
No, but enough to write one name.
Mm.
It's probably worth £1 million, isn't it?
Mm.
It's like the perfect kind of hitman.
Yeah, exactly. So you probably could make a few billion, but you'd probably get caught doing that. And it's obviously incredibly morally bankrupt, but you know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, but if you wrote it in like you, if you like wrote it and stuff, and like you sold out these scraps and stuff, and even if you did get caught, you could like do a thing for yourself where you basically say, yeah, I'll like pay me this money and I'll do, but I'm only going to kill him a certain way, and that certain way could be something that would be fucking impossible to like get you caught, like spontaneously combusting, or I don't know, fucking
that's
Ran
gonna be
over by
suspicious,
someone
isn't
else
it?
in a car.
yeah,
Hit by
exactly.
someone else in a car. Yeah.
That's
or-
unfair though. Like,
Yeah,
unless
they
that
just
person's a bad
randomly
person.
had a heart attack or fucking brain aneurysm or something like that. You know, I personally prefer spontaneously combusting.
Well, you could
but-
charge more and be like, "I'll kill them any way you want, mate." If you really, you don't give a shit. You could be like, do you want this person to like, bleed to death or whatever? You could just pick.
I don't
True.
think I'd want one. I think they're far too dangerous, and I
I
think,
think it's the responsibility that would
ruin
get you. Be
yourself.
like, "Oh,
You'd
this is
ruin
too much
yourself.
responsibility."
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, because like I said, like even you've still got to live the rest of your life with this fucking massive thing in your possession.
toll of
Like,
people.
yeah, like what if it gets into the wrong hands? What if whoever fucking made it comes back for it? You know, there's all these what ifs and questions. You don't know where it's come from. If you don't want to use it, then you're never going to find out anything more about it. So you're just going to have these continuous questions. I'd want to get rid. I'd burn it or some shit.
Ideally, I'd want to give it to like a government body, but the government are so corrupt they'd probably do really bad things with it. If you could trust your government to actually be on the level and like have it just sit in there, or like
That's insane.
Like
it
a
would
UN
be
or
either
something.
two ways for the government, like in my mind anyway, my intricate little mind, is either like, you know, they'd either be completely and utterly fucking unaware to this kind of shit, and then they'd just make some twatish mistake. They'd fucking try and use it for good, or like, I don't know, some shit like
I
that.
can't think of
Or they
anything
already know
more
about
stupid.
it, and then they
Problem
just
is
pop you off.
they'd probably start killing off other world leaders and stuff. Whether that's good or bad, I don't. You know, it depends.
Yeah.
You know, like some despot in Africa or something, they just start killing them off. But you know, there's you know causality to that. Does someone else rise up in their place that's just as bad or worse? Or you know, they'd probably kill Putin or something. Could that spark a new war or something? You know, so it's like there's risks to it. I think what I'd do is I'd go and find like a philosophy professor or something and just speak about it hypothetically, and just with the side note that you keep quiet about this because I have a death note and I could use it. So
to be fair,
and just walk through all the moral and ethical minefield and then have a more of a decisive thought about it. But I think what I'd probably do is burn all of it except for a page and then bury that page for like a rainy day.
Really?
If something really bad happened, like a world war was pending or something. Because I think the responsibility, I'd like to absolve myself of that responsibility, but I don't trust anybody enough to do that because I don't know what they'd do.
I think
with
the
it.
answer is this though: it's not of this world, and it doesn't belong here.
Yeah.
Nobody should have that kind of power, and there's a reason why they're called gods of death. It's not for humans to play God.
Yeah.
But I think I'd probably keep exactly a page, so I couldn't overuse it even if I wanted to. But if something like a third world war was impending and like nukes were going to be at risk of getting dropped, at least then I could, decide
but then
to.
You've got to think about it in the other way as well. Like, if, for instance, say the whole fucking world wars didn't happen, Hitler didn't happen, someone went back in time and assassinated Hitler, how would the world be now?
It would be.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
it depends
as
at what
horrible
point
as them situations are, and
yeah, but you don't. It's retrospect. Retrospect's 2020. It's like at that point in time, you have to make decisions there and there.
It wouldn't matter how the world would be if you didn't do it because you wouldn't know. It would just be.
But that's my point.
I
already have that kind of thought of certain things, no matter how horrible they are, they're meant to happen for some form of reason. Whether it's to fucking, I don't know, but that's how my mind works. So I'd always have that thinking, if I end this fucking war that's about to happen, it could be on the verge, as horrible as it'd be, for the world to fucking, I don't know, global warming to be over, and peace and all that kind of shit. Do you know what I mean?
Well, sometimes we learn something, don't we, as a species.
I think in the moment you just have to make.
When something terrible happens,
you just have to make the best.
Exactly.
You have to make the best decision you can at the time, and if there's no good decisions, you have to make the least worst decision.
Yeah.
It's like, if you thought like the world was in jeopardy as opposed to just like, because like I wouldn't want to be playing God, so even if there was people's lives at risk, it's like is perhaps going down a slippery slope. But if it's like humanity at risk or the world exists at risk, or like
what if there's them like few
tens of thousands of people?
Yeah, but what if them few last people recreate an Earth that's fucking mega, and there's no wars and there's no pollution and there's no blah blah blah?
Yeah, but is it worth? You can't know that, and it's like, is it worth 7 billion people dying? It's like that. I don't want 7 billion souls on my consciousness. It's like you have to try and fight through it and hope that, we can make
the lesser
good.
Evil.
We can make good the long way, or the difficult way, or whatever.
The only conclusion I've came to is that I should never have a death note and never should be put in that position.
Probably none of us.
Position. I think that, humanity shouldn't have one, but I definitely shouldn't have one.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Or keep everybody's pets safe. If pets start randomly dying, and people
you're just worried about your monkey, aren't you, Nathan?
And people have the
the one you like spank.
That really bad monkey that you have.
Naughty monkey.
I have
must be punished monkey.
Multiple monkeys. I'm a lucky boy, so
that couldn't sound any more creepy.
But like if everybody's pets start dying and people that wear the same jumpers as you and like people that annoy you or like park in places you don't like, then we'll know that you've got a death note. I think. True. I think what I would probably do is go and convert to Islam or something straight away, because you get to change your name. And then I'd change my name and not tell anybody.
Do you know what though?
Because then I'd hope that technically that changes, that permanently changes my name, because it's like bound to my soul or whatever.
Do you know what? I'm quite happy in saying that I'd probably pop you off first.
Yeah. Well, you'd have to figure out my name anyway. It'd be like.
Well, that's fine. I'd go to the place wherever you fucking the head of you. I don't know what they're called. What? Like the person who changed your name and stuff, and then I'd say, look, I've got this magical invention. Pop one person off and say, look, it fucking works. Tell me his name.
How would you know which Imam I went to? I could go to.
I'd hunt the fuckers down.
What, everyone in the world? You're being ridiculous.
Everyone.
You're forgetting something.
What?
You're forgetting something. if you have a death note, you can trade half of your natural life for the eyes of the god of death, which means that everybody you look at, you can see their name, even if you look at a picture of them.
Yeah, but
the name and their natural age.
Yeah, but with Vanessa's like health and well-being, that'll be like she'll only have like 5 years left.
She only needs 5 minutes to
what
off
the
you.
fuck you? Yeah, exactly. And I'd die a happy girl knowing that you weren't infesting the world anymore.
Basically, you can you can trade half your life so that you can have the vision of a god of death, and you can see.
And do you know what? I would give you like a death of like ongoing syphilis that never ends, or like leprosy.
No, that would be the stupidest thing you could do, because I would just find you and kill you. So.
How would you?
Because if I suddenly get like some miraculous syphilis that is forever ongoing, and loads of puppy dogs started dying, I'd know it was you and kill you.
Yeah, but then I'd just like quickly scribble your name, and I'd get one of them fucking, you know, like the cartoons. What are they called?
What, an eraser?
That fall from the sky.
A piano? What are you on about?
No. Them weird weight things. A ton.
A ton.
No,
a ton weight.
Shape. No.
Yeah, an anvil.
Anvil, yeah. Yeah, I'd get one of them.
Whatever. I'd see the warning signs, because you told us what you do, and then I'd come finish you and steal your death note and take over the world.